This filter is notorious for coming up with movies that aren't in the MCU, so I'm going to play a game of seeing what argument I can come up with that these movies actually are in the MCU. Preferably, a stupid argument. For example, in this movie, J. Jonah Jameson says that somebody is already going under the moniker Doctor Strange. Therefore, Doctor Strange exists in this universe. Also, in the novelization, it does clarify that that is the Stephen Strange who went to Comertage and learned magic and all that sort of stuff. Therefore, this movie is in the MCU. Let's start playing. Oh, look! This movie is not in the MCU because there's quite a lot of time that Doctor Strange spends in a different universe. I'm not talking about Multiverse of Madness. I'm talking about, like, the acid trip scene and the fight against Dormammu and the mirror dimension. None of those are actually in the MCU. They are in a different universe. This one is both in and not in the MCU because Kevin Feige is very intentionally not clear about whether the Netflix one's... Wait, that's not the Netflix Punisher. Okay, the Netflix Punisher took his inspiration from this Punisher. I'm gonna call that headcanon and move on. Therefore, that movie is in the MCU. Okay, how do I argue that The Avengers is not actually an MCU movie? You know what? I don't have much time left in this video, so I'm just going to move on from this one and move to the ones that... Oh, I can't skip. Oh, because I need to put it into a category. Great. Okay. Once Deadpool arrives in the MCU, then all of the Fox X-Men movies are going to be part of the MCU. There's my explanation. Okay. Spider-Man Far From Home is not... You know what? I'm just going to move on because I want to focus on the ones that aren't in the MCU. Okay, so The Incredible Hulk is not in the MCU because the MCU has been trying to distance itself from that for a long time. The Wolverine is part of the MCU because the MCU would absolutely do the thing where they have the comic-accurate costume right at the end, and then never show it again. X-Men's Origins Wolverine is part of the MCU because making an origin movie about your most popular member of the team is absolutely something the MCU would do. Deadpool 2 is part of the MCU because Deadpool is about to come into the MCU and therefore has always been in the MCU. Black Panther is part of the MCU. Follow for more silliness.